the enemy down. 2 for 1. That shut them down. It's time, Guardian. Crush them.
Welcome back to another Embrace Destiny video. Kaz PhD here. Thank you very much for stopping by. Today's Crucible challenge continues with the Rose, Monarque, and Steel Sybil sword loadout as recommended to me by my community. I gotta say, after running with double sidearms and triple snipers in my previous challenges, you can find a link somewhere around here, it was nice to run with something with a little bit more immediate utility. For this, I decided to brush off the Stronghold exotic. You can see its main perked here. Basically, blocking with a sword no longer consumes ammo, you move faster while you do, and blocking damage at the right time actually gives you health back. So you can see in this clip, and a few others through the montage, I was able to get in and out of certain situations only because of that blocking health perk. For this, I also decided to brush off the bottom tree Sunbreaker. My thinking was that since Rose does not have, it cannot roll with Rampage or Kill Clip, I would basically give myself extra damage output by using the Sunspot. I really like this loadout. It was a lot of fun. I love Rose, I love the Monarque, and I haven't really used swords in a long time. I gotta admit, the sword Stronghold combination was not something I expected to actually work in the Crucible. I haven't used swords in the Crucible in a few months. Definitely not since they... Definitely since before they even buffed swords, and yeah, I found it really fun to move in there, outmaneuver my opponents, get my health back. Now, if you're playing this and you're not a Titan, I would recommend if you're playing as a Warlock, you can kind of get away with the same thing by using the Warlock sword. I forget what it's called, but there's one class-specific sword that doesn't consume ammo as you block. Of course, you don't have the health benefit, and that one was really helpful for me, but I mean, if you're running as a Warlock, you can always use Devour or something like that. If you want to increase your viability of this loadout as a hunter, the main thing I would recommend is if you really want to lean into the bow, is to use, I believe it's called, the Oath Keepers? There's a bow that allows you to keep that bow string taut for a long time, indefinitely, I think, without losing any of the precision damage. And that would be useful, because with Monarque, a quick shot to an enemy poisons them, and then the precision shot explodes out in a void poison explosion. So that might be useful so that you can actually keep that bow at the ready longer, rather than what I had to do, which was ready and unready the bow constantly as I'm moving around. So some other things, the Sunspot itself, I did some testing in PvE. It's seems to be around 25% extra damage. I don't know if anybody's tested it recently with how PvE and PvP are, changing between each other and having different damage outputs, but that's what it felt like. I mean, with Rose, I was doing 68 to the head normally, or 81 to the head with the Sunspot, and it felt really good. I mean, obviously, if you're going to go with something, maybe go with a higher impact like Duke or something like that. Now this clip here is actually kind of funny. So I hit the Titan with the Monarque. He hits me. I'm marked for vengeance, but he's poisoned. And I actually use the poison to know where his location is, circle around him, and outflank him. So that was fun to use as well. Just in that clip, I was able to figure out where he was by the damage drop off. So that was fun to use Monarque as a kind of tracking tool as well. Kind of a, very, very poor man's one-eyed mask. Yeah, I can see another Sunspot clip up here. So 68 to the head there, 81, a few shots, 81 again. That was a lot of fun. Some other things I had to learn and teach myself was the quick swap between the Monarque and the hand cannon. So this is probably old hat for some of you more skilled sniper players. But basically, I had to try and teach myself, line up the shot with Monarque, and as soon as I hit it, switch to the hand cannon. To try and clean it up. This is what a lot of pro people do with snipers. You see them like Cammy Cakes, True Vanguard, maybe yourself, where you shoot with the sniper, you immediately switch to clean up, and then probably got the headshot anyway, and you switch back to the sniper rifle. I always find it kind of fun when you see someone who's so skilled that they're actually have a contingency plan even when they haven't failed. It's kind of fun that way. So for that, I actually switched, I put a Icarus mod on my hand cannon. There may be other mods that might be better. You can let me know what you think. What would you put on the Rose? But I like putting the Icarus on there because I would hit someone as they were going behind cover with the Monarque. The poison would damage over time. They would crouch and hide, and I would jump high over the cover and take them out with the Rose. So I really like this challenge. One thing I'm looking forward to in Shadowkeep is there's going to be an exotic you can get that will allow a player to share their Sunspot damage ability with other players. So when I'm wearing that, anybody else on my team who stands in my Sunspot will also do increased damage. So that's going to be a lot of fun to try out. I'm going to let the clips play out here. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. I'm working on a video right now that I need and will have out before Shadowkeep. Very excited for it, of course. And it's a little bit of a lore deep dive. I want to talk about the Vanguard and answer the question whether or not we need them. So if you're interested in that, feel free to follow me on either of my other links or drop some comments below. I hope you're enjoying yourselves and excited for Shadowkeep. I know the wait is almost unbearable, but I'm looking forward to hanging out with you all again soon, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.
Damn it.
You're pulling ahead. Keep it that way.
Oh, I must have killed people to get ammo.
Your legend, Rose.
Ah,